Hey, it's me, MLB. This is chapter 40 of Touched, and this one's titled Sexy Calls. It was late when Hawks got back, and you were relieved when he came through the door. I was getting worried, you said, as Hawks greeted you with a kiss. Ah, don't mind me, baby girl. I was just house hunting, Hawks said, as his feathers unzipped his hero coat and took it off, leaving him in just his tan-coloured pants and black top with gold, yellow swirl design. I think I may have found us a place in the country, he said. Really? You exclaimed. That was quick. I've been looking around a bit, Hawks replied with a wink. Want to go check it out with me tomorrow? I'd love to, you said with excitement. The next morning, Hawks rang the real estate agent who was in charge of the property that was for sale near your uncle's house. He still hadn't told you about your mum, or that it was your uncle who'd taken her. He had something planned out, and was excited to see it come to fruition. He dialed the real estate number and casually strolled over to where you were sitting at the table. He was shirtless again, and in his favourite grey track pants that hung just that little bit too low, showing off his V-line. You looked up as he approached you. He had the phone to his ear, and his smouldering golden eyes caught your full attention as he leaned down on the table with his elbows and stared deeply into your eyes. Although the phone wasn't on loudspeaker, you could still hear it ringing because of how close his face was to yours. You just held his gaze, his eyes flicking from your eyes to your lips, then back up to your eyes again. He smirked as you closed the gap, and you parted your lips and met his tongue sliding against yours as the phone continued to ring in his ear. Suddenly the person on the other end picked up. Good morning, Hawks greeted casually as he pulled back from the kiss, a small string of saliva breaking from your parted tongues. This is Hawks here. Oh, the person on the other end of the line said. What can I do for you, Hawks? I'd like to come and inspect a property that you have for sale, Hawks said casually as he slowly took hold of your chin and ran his thumb over your bottom lip, watching his hand as he absent-mindedly played with your lip. Of course, the agent replied. Do you know the address of the place? Hawks supplied the address and then calmly leaned in and kissed your lips gently again before pulling back and continuing to caress your bottom lip. Ah, that one. Not a problem. When did you want to come and have a look at it? The agent asked. You gently poked your tongue out as Hawks's thumb slowly swiped over your bottom lip and the tip of your tongue connected with his thumb. He froze. Today, if possible, he replied to the guy, his eyes locked onto your mouth as you moved your head forward and sucked his thumb in between your lips while flicking your tongue over it. Not a problem, Hawks. How does 3 p.m. today sound? The agent asked. Sounds just fine to me. I have some important business to attend right after this call, so 3 p.m. would be perfect, Hawks replied, the tone of his voice dropping as he watched you suck on his thumb, his eyes clouding over with lust as he slowly pulled his gaze up to your eyes and bit his bottom lip to compose himself. Okay, well, we'll see you at 3 p.m. at the address that you just supplied, the agent confirmed. Wonderful, thank you again, Hawks said calmly, as his eyes remained trained on yours while he gripped your chin a little tighter and slid his thumb to the corner of your mouth before leaning in and kissing you firmly as he pulled his thumb out from between your lips. Have a good day, the agent said kindly. Thank you, same to you, Hawks replied, then hung up immediately. My room, now, he growled as he kissed you again, wasting no time making it deeper and a more tongue-filled kiss. Wait, you giggled, wait, but he was a man on a mission. He broke from the kiss and ducked around the table, grabbing you around the waist as you tried to run, and you screamed playfully. You can't tease me like that and not follow through, he growled seductively. I'm sorry, you squealed in laughter as he picked you up and carried you to his room, dumping you down in his bed and crawling over you, while initiating another round of heavy kissing that you happily returned. He lay his body on top of yours and you parted your legs, wrapping one up over his and his arms up around his neck. He was pleasantly surprised that you hadn't stopped him yet, but instead encouraged his movements by accepting what he was doing, so he ran a hand up under your shirt, caressing your sides but going no further. You gingerly unlocked your arms from around his neck and slowly dragged your fingers down his bare back, a light blush forming on your cheeks as you did so. Oh, Hawks thought internally, looks like she's getting more comfortable with this. He let out a small groan of approval as your hands reached the small of his back and he pushed his hips into you. You squeaked into his mouth and quickly broke from the kiss, flustered by his salacious noise. This is what you do to me, baby, he whispered as he bent his head to your ear, nibbling on your earlobe. Kigo, he whispered softly as he pushed his hips into you again, trailing his kisses down your neck and across your collarbone. You know how badly I want you, he whispered again, but I'm going to regretfully press pause for now, but I'll be making you mine once we move, he snarled sexually as he bit down on the soft skin of your neck. You neither confirmed nor denied his words. You were ready. He had built your confidence in him, and you were falling more and more in love with this winged hero each day. You ready, baby? Hawks called out to you a bit later. You were both about to head out to view the house in the countryside, and you were super excited. Yep, you called back as you checked yourself in the mirror one more time. You walked out into the lounge room, and Hawks was standing there, casually waiting for you. He hummed at you as you approached. Don't you look good? Good enough to eat? He half sat down on the armrest of the lounge and leaned back slightly, parting his legs so you could walk between them. You walked up to him, allowing him to pull you in for a hug as he kissed your lips. You placed a hand on the top of his thigh to steady yourself, and he took a sharp breath in. Slide that hand a little further in, he whispered huskily. You squeaked, and he chuckled. Yeah, you're right. We'll leave that for when we move, he said slyly. Then his face broke into a broad smile. Let's go see this house, wifey. You smiled bashfully and nodded. He took your hand as he stood up and pulled it up to his lips to kiss the back of it. Lucky you get to ride first class to the countryside, he said cheekily. And that's the end of chapter 40. Stay tuned for chapter 41.